Hello guys, and guess what? I got a new headset because the other one fizzled out. The great news about it is that at least I was able to get my full money back for the other headset, which saved me $200. Thank goodness. I'm so thankful to actually have gotten that offer. And and when's the last time I streamed? Did I stream before my birthday? No, I streamed after I was 19. So yeah, I'm 19 now. I'm working on a tank right now. So let's load up the previous model, and here's a tank. So far, it doesn't look the best. That's only because I'm just now developing it. It's got some good suspension on it. Let me demonstrate it. Not bad. Ouch. That's embarrassing. Let me try again. Maybe it can't go over this extreme hill, but it can go over like this rugged terrain. Not bad. That's weird. Okay, now give me a second. Now it can, though, it can go up and down these stairs pretty good. Watch it fail as I try to show you guys, because every time I show something, it just has to fail. Come on. Yeah. If I was going slower, it wouldn't have broke, but yeah. There it goes. Oof, what the heck? There it goes. You have to be gentle with it a little bit. Okay. Now I just want to react to choosing beggars, because I've not reacted to r/choosing beggars for a while, and I want to do it. Okay, what's this one? r/choosing beggars. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. You want me to pay for the product? What the F?
Welcome to r/choosing beggars, where an audience member walks up onto stage in the middle of a live performance and argues with a singer. I'm looking for a room to rent. My aunt decided to kick me out because I couldn't pay her 1 month's rent due to me wanting to see a movie instead. She's rich and I need the money more than she does anyways. However, your home must be smoke-free. No partying, no loud music, no
fair.
friends over late. And my significant other should be allowed to live with me rent-free.
No.
I'll tolerate your pets so long as they're groomed, but no pit bulls.
I take offense to that.
With you, so don't waste your time.
No pit bull. Dude, you can tell this person is a stuck-up old bat, because you can tell that she believes all pit bulls are vicious. Oh yeah, you believe pit bulls are vicious. I really hope to hear that she thinks that shepherds are vicious, because guess what? We got a German Shepherd pit bull mix. And it is the sweetest dog I have ever seen. Are there aggressive pit bulls? Yes, there are aggressive pit bulls. I'm not going to deny that. But there's really nice pitties. Pitties, the only reason they get aggressive is because the owners teach them to fight. And just know this, pit bulls who have fought are able to be rehabilitated into service animals. Fact.
$8 a month in rent, and I'll split utilities. If you have a room that fits this description, please message me. Wait, a movie ticket is like, what, 10 or 20 bucks or something? So she got kicked out because she couldn't afford $10 in rent? But now she thinks she's only gonna have to pay $150 rent for her and her boyfriend? Fat chance. This choosing beggar is in for a very rude awakening. I just read your Reddit post, and please don't kill yourself. But if you do, could you donate me your leftover money? I prefer at least $50, but I'll take $45 too.
Holy shit! Damn! Oh, okay. Basically, she just said, "Oh, please don't kill yourself. By the way, if you're going to kill yourself, please give me like $50, maybe 45. I don't know." Dude, what a bitch! I'm not gonna beat around the bush, dude. Someone is genuinely threatening to harm and kill themselves, and all you want is money, bro. I'm a numismatist, and if I heard one of my friends or family members saying that, dude, money is the least of my concern, and I love money. You know me. I like wheat pennies. I'm like, dude, who cares? That's not as serious as what this person's trying to say. This person is horrible.
Your money to me since you aren't going to use it anymore.
Dude.
Hey, let's look on the bright side. At least this choosing beggar started the conversation by saying that OP shouldn't kill himself. So I guess there's that. Posted to answers.yahoo.com. Can you make a male babysitter pay child support? I'm a single mom going to college with my sister. We currently rent an apartment together.
Shouldn't have had a kid in college, buddy.
I asked my neighbor, a trustworthy guy, if he could watch the kids for 2 hours while I went to class and my sister wasn't home, and he agreed. If he babysits and doesn't accept pay, can I sue him for child support because he took on a fatherly role? I'm sure I can.
Well, you shouldn't have let your, I
don't
know how to say it.
Lady, if
perfectly.
you're looking for a guy to pay child support, then maybe look at, I don't know, the real father. On this next post, OP makes this post on a public Facebook page. My baby is sick with COVID and I need to go pick up groceries. Can anyone come by and watch her? Just be aware you aren't being paid, and sometimes the baby cries constantly or throws up, so you'll have to deal with that.
No money?
And then people
no work.
in the group reply, no.
You know what? I don't care who you are, okay? Unless you are my family members, unless you're my parents or my sister, no money, no work. That's fair. If you're gonna make me work, then I deserve money to go work. Unless it's a chore, unless it's from my parents, unless it's from somebody else like that. But if you're gonna be like that, no, you are not getting an hour until I get a cent. If you're gonna pay me cheap, at least give me the star notes. If you don't know, guys. If you're gonna pay me, at least make sure your dollar bills have this on them, please. I'll accept cheaper payments of my standards if you give me a star note. Like if you want something for if you want a $300 object for $200, but like, listen, buddy, I'll make that deal, right? You give me two $100 star notes, or you give all money in star notes, and then we have a deal. Wait, what's going on with this? Oh, is this the... Okay, I see what's going on here.
I'm sorry, but maybe ask a relative? Posting that in a group like this won't get you much help. You need to rethink something if you're asking a bunch of people on Facebook to watch a baby with COVID and who's throwing up. I don't need to rethink anything. It's common courtesy to help someone. Alright, so obviously giving your baby away to some random person you meet on Facebook is probably a bad idea. But can we also talk about the fact that if this lady is covered in COVID-infested baby vomit, then maybe she shouldn't be walking around a grocery store? Hey, girlie, Blank just freaked out about your Facebook post on Harry Potter. Would you be willing to sell me a journal and necklace for a Christmas gift for her? We're at work and she's telling us how crafty and talented you are. Oh, how sweet. I would love to do a custom order. The journal is one of a kind, so if I were to make another one, the cover would be a bit different if you're okay with that. I have several covers you could choose from. That's fine, you choose. I know nothing about Harry Potter. She's so excited about the necklace. Thanks in advance.
I ironically like his voice, the voice he does for Karen.
$10 and the journal would be
Just
about
because it's
$30
supposed
since
to
they
be
take a while to
annoying.
make. Is that okay? Absolutely fine. I'll pay you in cash. Buy the girl something cute. Perfect, I will. I finished the journal. Awesome, I love the blue. Glad you like it. The necklace will be done in a couple of days. I keep forgetting to tell you that everything's finished. Perfect. How would you like me to pick them up? Total price? What about one night this week Blank can drive me over and I'll just pick it up quick? The total is $40. I can probably drop them off sometime next week. I need to get groceries anyways, and I love Walmart pickup. Perfect then. Just let me know the date and time. Okay, will do. It'll probably be Wednesday. Sounds good. I just showed the pictures to Blank just now, and he knows that my daughter loves Harry Potter. But he doesn't think she'll ever wear the necklace and won't write in the journal. He doesn't think it's the right gift. Sorry. Choosing beggar. These took days to make. You can't custom order something and then not pay. Oh my. I thought the set was made when she saw the pics of both of them. She sent pics to me and they were made already.
That's not how it works, buddy.
Well. I confirm with you right here that it was a custom order. Really, OP? You'll be able to sell it if you already sold one set, as you say. No, I didn't sell it. I made it as a gift for my niece. The journals only sell when they're a custom order. It's one thing to say that you don't want it, and a complete other issue when you're lying about not knowing it was a custom order. I made it very clear multiple times that I was making these items specifically for you. Lying? I never mentioned custom order to you. I said I didn't want the order first, and I never did lie about the custom order. It never even came into my conversation. For you to even say that I was lying, we're done texting. Have a nice holiday with family and friends. I was specifically making these items for you. That's called a custom order. Go back and read the messages and explain to me how you didn't understand that these weren't already made. I confirmed the journal with you to make sure that you liked the cover. I went on to tell you that I was still working on the necklace. Word said I didn't already have these items made. I just absolutely don't understand how that wasn't clear, which is why I used the word lying. I'm sorry if that was too harsh. OP, you don't have to apologize. She knows that she was lying. She just used that as an excuse to get out of paying you. Does anyone have a free 6 cubic foot Samsung oven that they don't need? I accidentally broke the window of ours, and I feel that it's not our fault, but Samsung isn't giving us a replacement. Spoiler alert, it is their fault.
Yeah, you broke it.
I do. My price is set at £5 for 1,000 words.
Dude, you broke the oven. If I break my console, I don't think I should have the right to go on and start begging people for another console. No, it's my fault I broke the damn thing. I should suffer the consequences. That is enablerist behavior. I know that word is tossed around so much nowadays, but that is super enablist. Like, you're enabling really self-destructive behavior. Like, no, you need to learn from your actions, buddy.
1,000 words, at which point it increases to £7.50 per 1,000 words. Are you interested? I am, but not at that amount. Maybe £3 per 5,000 words. I'll send my idea in an email. Wait, please tell me you're joking. What do you mean? For 5,000 words, I normally charge £25. You're asking me to take £3. Yeah, it's not like it's your main job, right? I'm sorry, I'll be refusing your offer.
Joke, by the way, this is a joke. Oh, I like how the British who use imperial like to use a currency called pounds. That's a joke, don't get mad at me.
I consider going a bit lower. So you're refusing my offer? But you posted about being poor. I might be posting about that, yeah, but I won't be lowering my charge. That would mean I have to lower it for everyone else too. It takes a lot of my time to write, proofread, check, and so forth. Have a nice day. B-word, I hope you starve to death.
Damn.
Okie dokie, have a nice day.
No wonder I don't like to interact with people in public.
Died, and we need to set up a funeral, so if you can, please donate, since we don't have sufficient technology to set up a funeral online. It needs to be delivered for free, and in addition to the free computer or phone, please donate some money. A few thousand would be nice.
Jeez,
Here's
okay,
my PayPal
buddy.
address. And then someone replies, I can donate some money. I also have a phone left over from when I upgraded. Sorry, but we can't set up the funeral with a phone. I need a Dell Alienware 17-inch monitor because my father can't read small text.
You do not need an Alienware system for that.
My dad is getting surgery and the doctor is going to use a new machine to operate on him, but it needs to be powered by a PlayStation 5. So, please donate a PlayStation 5 to save my dad.
Yeah, that's very suspicious that the guy is asking for an Alienware thing to plan a wedding. That screams scam to me. Usually I'd believe like, oh, maybe actually no, that dude is straight up trying to scam people. Like, Do you know how expensive Alienwares are? Like a core Alienware like desktop unit, like the thing you plug into your the thing you plug in to your monitor and you plug all your keyboards in. Those will run you like $7,000 or more. Those are expensive pieces of hardware. Why do you need all that to plan a damn wedding? Like, my guy, you gonna go start begging NASA for all their computers now?
So, the machine would work better if the PS5 has Assassin's Creed Valhalla on it. Oh, and send some money too. A few thousand would be nice. Selling cheap PC from 2007 or 2008. Hi, I'm interested in the cheap PC. Is this still available? Considering the specs are so outdated and aren't worth anything, would you pay me $80 cash to collect and take it away for you? I can pick
What?
up the first thing tomorrow.
No.
morning. Cheers. This next post is a message received on eBay. I saw on your listing that you upgraded from an older Apple Watch. Why not, instead of selling it, give it to someone like me who wants it?
No.
Selling it is just greedy on your part.
No, it's not greedy. Like, dude, I actually have to explain this, okay? I paid my money, right? And yes, it would be nice for me to donate, but if I don't, like, dude, you're begging for something that costs a lot of money. You're literally you're a leech. You're just piggybacking off of our hard work.
And I'll pay a shipping fee of $7.50, which is more than reasonable. Please respond
piss
right
off,
away,
dude.
as I would like to watch by New Year's Eve. Funny you should mention New Year's Eve. I think your New Year's resolution should be to get yourself a job. Our next Reddit post is from H. Mitch. This happened tonight at a gig that I was playing at, and it was one of the worst cases.
4 minutes seems like a small investment to get you the best next
Shermans,
10
I like
years of sleep
Shermans.
possible.
Nice
But that-
Shermans.
Cases of a cheesing beggar I've ever witnessed. It was so rude. It was actually just pretty hilarious. So I'm playing a free gig put on by my local council. It's an outdoor amphitheater, so everyone can just come and enjoy 2 sets of free live music. Context: this is in Western Australia, so we have no crowd restrictions. In the second set, after a few songs, the singer says that if people like the music, he has CDs. One song later, after we finish playing the tune, a woman comes up on the stage in front of the entire audience, which stops the concert and says, "Where's my free CD? I'm going now." The singer was baffled and said, "Why do you think it was free?" "Well, how much is it then?" "I usually sell them for $10. "I don't have $10 on me and I'm going now, so are you going to give me the free
Well,
CD?
you should have learned.
Think about it.
That's your fault.
You only have 10 seconds because I'm leaving. Okay, bye. The best part is that the singer then announced on the microphone that this woman had stopped the concert because she wanted a free CD. And everyone in the audience basically laughed her out of the room. Was anyone else reminded from that one scene in RoboCop where it's like, "Give me your CD, you have 10 seconds to comply"? Giving away spray paint and glue for free. "Hello, is this still available? Can I pick this up tomorrow?" "Hi, it's pending pickup today." "I said I would come get it. Send me your address, please." "Someone else asked before you and that's pending pickup, so sorry." Dude, that's BS. I messaged you last
Sorry,
night.
first
saying I
come,
could
first
pick it up
serve,
this
dude.
morning. I can come pick it up right now. Help out someone who would use it. Dude, I had someone
trying to make
else
an M1A2
message me last night
inspired
arrange for
tank.
pickup today well before you messaged me. It's first come, first serve.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. If they're not going to be around until this afternoon, I'll come pick up the stuff right now. That's not how I operate, man. I told the first person that messaged me that it was theirs. If they don't pick it up by the time they say they will, then I'll move on. Enjoy that, douchebag. You probably have a cheater for a wife.
Oh
Have
my.
a great day, and
He just
God
tried
bless.
to get under the skin,
Reactions
dude.
like this are so
What a
bizarre.
wank.
Oh, so you called me a douchebag. In that case, I'll definitely do you a favor now. And then down in the comments we have this story from None for Gretchen. I recently sold my iPad a few days before Christmas. I got tons of auto messages asking if it was still available. The first person to respond committed to paying in full and meeting me the next day. I didn't bother going through the remainder of the messages. Meetup was seamless, and I updated the ad to sold and it cleared all the messages from the messenger. Then I got an angry message from some mom. She had messaged me sometime the night before telling me to text her back at a phone number. I told her the iPad had been sold already. She got so mad and went on about how she sent her phone number and I never texted, and she could have come by today and how I ruined Christmas, blah, blah, blah. Selling standing dishwasher for 50 pounds. Hi, is this still available? Will you take 20 pounds? Hi, Choosing Beggar. Yeah, it's still available for pickup on Saturday the 23rd and January onwards. The price is currently 50 pounds. 20 pounds. As the listing says, the dishwasher is selling for 50 pounds.
50 pounds? Dishwasher? That doesn't sound bad. It's like $50 basically. Or 60 at most. That's not bad for a dishwasher. I'll take that.
Have a good day. Trust me, you'll come back to me and tell me to take it for 20 pounds. You will never sell it for 50 pounds. I gave you an offer now, so you better take it before I change my mind. I'll take my chances, thanks. Don't worry, I'll take it from you anytime because I'll be the only one who's interested. I've had this advertisement on for less than a day and I've already had multiple people express interest. I appreciate what you're saying, but with respect, I am not selling this dishwasher for 20 pounds. You will sell it when you give up on the price, which I'm sure about. Here, I'm not gonna say another word. I'll stop sending you anything. I'll leave you to your mind and illusions. Duly noted. Have a good day.
Okay.
Even if this Choosing Beggar is right and 20 pounds is a reasonable price for that dishwasher, I still wouldn't sell it to this Choosing Beggar because why would you want someone that smug to win? On this
I don't like letting people like that win.
Repair small engines. I can absolutely do this repair for you, but it would be very helpful if you supplied the blade for me. If you want, I can just sharpen the blade you already have. I charge $10 an hour with a $20 minimum. An oil change is also $20. I do have the new blade already. I doubt the oil change and blade swap should take more than an hour. I disagree with the minimum charge of double, especially by a minor. If you were paying rent or had a family to feed, I might think differently. Thank you for your honest reply. Good luck. And good luck to you for finding a better deal. Godspeed. Down in the comments, we have this reply from Josho. Next time I go for a job interview and I hear, the salary is $50K a year, I'll say, I have a wife and 10 kids. Oh, of course, then the salary will be $100,000 per year. That was r/Choosing Beggars, and if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish extra episodes.
I deserve
also,
all your money. Yes.
Welcome to r/Choosing
I love Choosing Beggars.
Even a free price tag isn't good enough. Hello, I have an art request for you, and sorry, no commissions allowed. I have no way of paying you. I have a challenge for you. I want you to draw me and a Light Fury as mother and son in the hidden world, and I just need one picture.
I have a challenge for you. Come up with the money, and then we'll talk.
Here's what I want in it. Her nuzzling me and me hugging her in the hidden world. I can't really think of anything, so, yeah. And draw Toothless as my dad, too. Draw him smiling at me anyways. Thanks. I'll send you a picture of me so you can draw me. Thanks. Have a good night. And one more thing, I know that art takes a lot of effort and maybe even days, but I have a dream to have an art request accepted by artists just as good as you. So I'm hoping you don't mind. Anyways, maybe you could do it during your free time and when you have time to. Thanks, and I hope you understand. Hey, thanks. As much as I'd like to do a piece like this, it would take me anywhere between 4 to 6 hours to do, and it would be worth at least $40 minimum. I've charged other people this much for a piece, so I can't really just give you one for free. Hope you can understand and find someone else willing. No, sorry. You're the only one that's good, man. Sorry, do my request, please.
And you're the only one that's gonna have to pay for this, so yeah.
No one else would do it, so please do it for me. You're gonna
that's kind of weird. I wonder why no one else will do it for you.
It's hard to understand, but it's hard when you find someone that can't pay you. So, do it free, please. I can't just go asking all artists to do my request. I'm asking you, so, do requests. It's worth it, and do mine, please. I'm very sorry. Sorry, mate.
If you're sorry, then you'd pay.
And I'm allowed to deny it. If you love my art so much, you'd pay me for it. That money lets me make the art in the first place. I can't just give away stuff for free. If I do it for you, it's unfair to everyone else. Don't tell anyone else, please, so it's free. And I do love your art. It still don't mean I pay you. Plus, I don't even have a job, and I'm only 14.
Oh, that explains a few
My parents
things.
wouldn't pay a stranger just for art, so please do my request for free. Make my day. No commissions.
No, get a job.
This is my job. Don't ask me for free things again if you don't understand and aren't willing to take no
Like,
for
you don't
an
even have a
answer.
job.
Well,
Who are
then
you to
start
ask?
doing free art. Here, I'll help you out. Do free art. Do free art. Do free art.
Ugh.
Besides, no one would pay you just for art. Oh my god. This voice that I use for choosing beggars is so annoying that sometimes I annoy myself when I'm recording. This stuck-up kid is so entitled and his stupid little kid voice, it's grating me. 7-piece sofa. Each seat is reclining, except the corner piece. It has been great for us, especially when we moved. It slides together to form an L-shaped couch that seats 6. Non-smoking house. Yes, I do have a dog, but it was never on the couch. The wear is from moving a lot over the past 6 years and 2 small kids, lol. TV is 50-inch plasma Dynex, no remote. It will power on for about 5 minutes, then shut off. It is a common problem with them over time and can be fixed. It just needs a new power card that can be purchased online. Bought a new one, so don't need this one. Both are free. Yes, free. All you have to do is come get it. If the ad is up, then I still have it. Is the price negotiable? Yes, of course it's negotiable. I'd be willing to give you a 50% discount. So let's see. $0 minus a 50% discount puts you at
Not a bad couch.
$0. Hi, need one next week for my sister's birthday. Hello, you there? Hi, once the order goes through, it takes me a couple of days to make the designs, and then postage varies based on location. It looks like you're based in the States, is that right? Yes. Huh? Well, in that case, it won't arrive for next week because standard international delivery with the Royal Mail is 5 to 10 days. If you're desperate, there's the option of an external courier, but they can be expensive. Not good enough. I'm not paying for delivery when you can't deliver in time. Sorry, but I'm afraid there's no alternative. I want it like this one of Fred too. Reply, huh? It won't arrive in time, but I'd be happy to create you a design if you order through our website. But I need it for next week. I'm a paying customer. You're so rude. What do you want me to do?
You're so rude for
I
not
don't control
letting
the
me
postal
freaking.
service.
Yep.
I'm going to tell everyone not to buy from you. You make no effort to accommodate paying customers.
Well, you make no effort to pay.
Anyway, thumbs up. F you. Blocked. Instead of using this time to crack a joke like I usually do, I'm going to use this time to admire the cute puppy. Oh. Okay, listen, well, the point of me sending that guitar to the kid in the Philippines was not so I would get 500 messages a day from y'all asking me to send you a guitar. It was meant to inspire you to do something nice for someone else. God dang it. To be honest, I'm kind of in the same boat as this guy. I would have liked to have done some sort of giveaway for 100k subs and 500k subs, but considering that my channel is basically built on making fun of choosing beggars, I'm kind of afraid that if I ever did a giveaway, I would get a bajillion emails of people begging me for stuff, either seriously or just as a joke. None of you can spare $14 frickin' dollars? Are you serious? Looks a guy with bubble tea. That bubble tea had to cost $12, right? F all of you. Really aggressive guy looking for money on the subway is killing it today. You know, given the choice between funding an absolute butthole and buying delicious bubble tea, I think I'd buy the delicious bubble tea. Selling Mavic Airfly for $300. Is the item still available? Yes. Great, could I pick it up today? No, thank you. Tomorrow then? Is it not for sale? I put it at $300 to see how the crabs would come. I'll take nothing under $800.
Oh,
People's greed is incredibly disgusting.
Absolute
Then
scumbag.
You're just wasting your time and everyone else's. Enjoy your experiment. I am. Mine has been wasted too. Well, that's because you're inviting it. How to be a choosing beggar. Step 1. Post an item for sale online. Step 2. When someone offers to buy it from you, triple the price for no reason. Step 3. Criticize other people for being greedy even though you're the one who's tripling prices. Step 4. I don't know. Step 5. Don't profit because why would anyone buy that from you? Sure thing. How would you like to pay? What about big thank you instead? I like your work. You do not pay people for this kind of job in my country. I don't know. You don't waste any resources by creating a design. It will take you only an hour or two. And you could sacrifice this bit of time for me, can't you? No, I really cannot. I had multiple clients from Germany, and all of them seem to know that it is normal to get paid for graphic design. Man, please, it's only clicking a mouse. No big deal. I was really nice to you. Please. Hello, I am a customer. K, go die. Blocked. Somehow,
I love when they get
this is a
so mad because they
conversation
can't
between
even
every YouTuber
pay.
and the company YouTube itself. Why would you care that your video's been demonetized? All you lost was a couple of clicks. Please let us take your money. I'm a board game hosting sort. I like to have people over for game nights, and I normally make a day of it because it takes a while to prepare. It's not like I'm rolling in it by any means, but I don't mind spending money for providing for my get-togethers. I normally get a case of beer, case of ciders, new handle of whiskey, soda, ingredients for food, or quick fix frozen food. I like to provide a hassle-free time for my friends. No
Hold
need to pay
position.
me back or bring anything, just come over and have fun. The night's on me. No one has ever had an issue with my hosting except Bud. Bud is my brother's friend. We often get into tiffs because he can be a dick. Bud decided one day to let me know, you really need to stop buying this stuff, as he shakes a shiner at me. Get Zygon back instead. Zygon is more expensive for smaller cases, so if you want to bring it, then do, but enjoy the free beer. Any normal person would make that the end of it, but not Bud. He has to let me know it's not that much more expensive. It's because of him. My invites included a list of what I'll provide, so there would be no surprises. And a final caption saying, if you want something else, by all means bring it. But like I said, no one had an issue with what I provided but Bud. That is when I should have stopped inviting him, but my brother wanted him there, and I honestly was fine with putting up for him for my brother, but last night was it for me. I normally go all out with cooking, but was feeling lazy. Spent all day cleaning, and decided I was going to just get a large pepperoni and large cheese pizza from the freezer section. Even sent out a warning text of, it's just frozen pizzas tonight, fellas, cheese and pepperoni. Everyone said cool, but Bud, he never responded. He showed up and asked what was available, and I told him snacks and a cheese pizza. He rolled his eyes. Ugh, that barely even counts as vegetarian. Couldn't you have gotten some veggies
Cry
on top,
harder.
or even just a frozen veggie pizza? I'm vegetarian. My brother is vegetarian. Everyone else eats meat except Bud. I cooked enchiladas, burgers, queso, you name it. One dish with meat and one without. Everyone gets equal of food and options, including my decision to put in half effort to host with frozen pizza. I wanted the two largest, and any host knows the biggest in the frozen section are normally cheese, pepperoni, and meat lovers, so cheese and pepperoni it is. And any vegetarian also knows the veggie pizzas are so small and expensive and not party friendly. And wouldn't you know it, not a single, ugh, this barely has meat on it. The grocery store is up the road. If the food I'm providing for free isn't enough for you, then we can wait till you get back. No, this is fine. It's just that it barely counts and is a cop-out, that's all. I already decided he wasn't ever to be invited again, so anything he said really didn't matter, and I just insisted to enjoy the free food and went to the game room. I overheard another party member asking Bud, what the freak, and by the end of the night, he got into a handful of arguments. His final argument was with my brother. We took a break between games for some of the smokers to go outside, and Bud decided it was time to complain about how I can't take constructive criticism. He was just trying to help. My brother said he needed to get over himself and to stop looking a gift horse in the mouth. Suck it up and enjoy or go. Bud chose go. We had a pretty good game night, and the future ones will be even better. So this one hits close to home because I actually also host monthly board game meetups with a bunch of friends. And a lot of work goes into hosting. I've got to do laundry for like 3 different beds. I have to buy literally hundreds of dollars worth of food and drink, not to mention all the money I spent on board games. And I have never once had anyone complain that I don't have the right food. In fact, most of the people who come bring snacks to contribute. So I have no pity for this Bud dude. He sounds like a grade A D-bag. Hey bro, have you done the assignment? You didn't respond to any of my texts or DMs. You haven't done anything. I was busy with other stuff.
Like
yeah,
playing video
I
games?
was too. Don't use that as an excuse. Come on, just say that I did a few of the slides. No, you didn't help me at all, and you laughed at me when I told you to stop slacking. F you, just include me, you idiot. It's
No, you didn't
already
do anything.
done.
Screw
Don't
up.
be a grunt. F off. You're lucky I'm not showing it to our teacher. If this reaches the school, you're in even deeper doo-doo. F you. Hope he doesn't give you a 0. Hey, Choosing Beggar, thank you for giving me all the evidence I need to completely destroy you if I so choose. Dear Prudence, I have a close friend who has a wedding coming up. She and her fiance are both from the city we all live in, but they have chosen to get married on a holiday weekend at a location across the country that will be difficult and expensive to get to. I initially agreed to go, though I never formally RSVP'd, even though I strongly did not want to. Then, I got a group email from my friends saying that she had booked a group house for her guests that would cost each person $700 plus for the weekend. I never agreed to this arrangement. On top of that, the email specifically said that I would be sleeping on a pull-out couch as the only singleton of the group, and volunteered me to make breakfast and lunch for the group of about 20 people for the weekend, since I'm a good cook. She had never discussed this with me. I think I'm more than justified in not attending, given the high cost and likelihood I will not enjoy myself and instead will feel resentful. I'm happy to attend the bridal shower and bachelorette party, both of which are in the city we both live in, and buy the couple a wedding present, but I have decided not to attend the wedding. The wedding is about 2 months away. My question is, do I tell her the truth about why I'm not going to the wedding? Or do I make up a work or family obligation that has suddenly come up? I know lying is never, or at least rarely, a good idea, but I know it will make her upset to hear my true reasoning for why I don't want to go. There isn't a way for me to not provide a reason as to why I'm not going, since we see each other in person frequently, and when I say I'm not coming, she'll want to know why. Do I upset my friend, or do I lie? Submitted by Nice Day for a White Lie. Dear Nice Day for a White Lie, send the link to this YouTube video to your friend, and tell your friend to scroll down to the comment section. And to all my viewers out there, do you think OP should spend $700 to sleep on a sucky pull-out couch and cook for 20 people for an ungrateful friend? Let me hear your thoughts down in the comments, because this bride-to-be deserves to hear the truth. That was r/Choosing Beggars, and this is r/Puppy Bloopers. It's not like I'm rolling in it by any means, but I don't mind spending... It's not like I'm rolling in it by any means, but I don't mind spending money for... It's not like I'm rolling in it by any means, but I don't...
Maybe your child's in danger, don't tell them what to do.
Is matched by the excellence of the dealership experience in the old Buick. Get this ultra-low mileage lease on this 2024 Encore GX Preferred for around $343 per month with 0 due at signing.
These days, we're all together all the time. Working.
Welcome to r/Entitled Parents, where an entitled mom gets upset because an employee won't let her kill her own kid.
What?
This was 10 years ago, so I don't remember it very well, but my mom and my nana have told me this story many times. So, for my birthday in 2009, my mom decided to take me to Oklahoma to meet some of her family. We went by plane, as it would be quick and we would be there by my birthday. On this plane, my mom paid about $15 more to have the seats with TV screens on the back of the seat in front of you, so I wouldn't be scared about being on a plane. Now, this was a couple months after the movie Coraline came out. It was, and arguably still is, my favorite movie. So, it was on the movie list, and my mom let me watch it. I put on the headphones provided as to not disturb any more passengers. A little while had gone by, and it was starting to get to the point where it was a little bit scarier. I could hear through the headphones, but not very well, but all I know is I heard a girl start screaming. Coincidentally, it was one of the scary parts of the movie. I flinched at the scream, being pretty young, and paused the movie and pushed the headphones off my ears. I don't remember the exact conversation, but my mom said it went like this. Entitled kid still screaming. "It's okay, darling. It's all right. You," turns to my mom.
Boom.
"How dare you put on such a scary movie for your child? It's scaring poor entitled kid. Turn it off."
Well, don't let her watch it then.
Now, the entitled kid was older than me. I was 4 at the time, and the girl was about 8 or 9, according to my mom. My mom said, I shouldn't have to cater to other passengers. I paid a bit extra for these seats, and I want my child to enjoy it. If your kid is scared, she doesn't have to watch. She's bored. Just because we aren't rich like you doesn't mean she has to be bored the whole time. Now turn it to a more kid-friendly movie so Entitled Kid can watch it, or I'll get the pilot. My Nana said,
You'll get the pilot while he's flying the plane. Got it.
$15 extra. If you didn't want your kid to be bored, you should have paid. Get the pilot, but we aren't changing the movie. OP, you can keep watching. So, being young and not really understanding, I put my headphones on, but I could still hear the muffled argument going on. Anyway, apparently, Entitled Mom presses the service button and yelled at the flight attendant to see the pilot. Now, since the pilot obviously had to control the plane, the co-pilot came to the woman. What seems to be the problem, miss? These horrible women won't change their child's movie to something less scary so my little entitled kid can watch.
No, you're not gonna watch my movie I paid $15 for.
They don't have to do anything beside what they want.
Screw you.
Mommy, I don't like that movie.
Too bad.
Darling, Mommy's handling it. Well, Entitled Kid is bored. Can we get an upgrade at least? I'll see what I can do. Now, my mom was pissed that this woman might be getting a free upgrade besides being a terrible person. But because my mom is respectful, she didn't say anything. The co-pilot came back and started talking to the woman. There are 3 extra seats in first class with TV screens and complimentary drinks. Is this good? The entitled mom, already standing up, yes, that is wonderful. Thank you. The co-pilot turns to my mom. Would you and your other 2 guests like to be moved? Us? Yes, we'd like to give you an upgrade for having to deal with rude behavior.
Yes!
The entitled mom stood there
Yes!
absolutely shocked. As my mom, of course, agreed. We enjoyed our time in first class.
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, entitled mom. You get me free seats.
The main thing I take away from this story is that apparently all you have to be considered rich is $15. That means as soon as YouTube stops demonetizing my videos, I might actually make enough money to be considered rich. So, summer of 2017, I worked as a lifeguard at the local water park. At the time, I was 17 and thought that it would be fun to work there. There are lots of sucky things that have happened and lots of stupid people, but this one has stuck with me the most. We had several water slides and a hot tub which was particularly popular due to the weather averaging in the 70 degrees. We had several safety rules and signs posted around the hot tub stating things like, no more than 10 minutes at a time,
yeah,
no more than 30
then you have to go cool down. That's
no
pretty
children under age 6 in the tub.
That's pretty good because they can get hurt.
The last one was often the cause of parents getting upset because their child was freezing and just wanted to warm up. We would allow children 6 and under to sit on the edge and put their feet in the tub, but due to the county health department rules, we weren't allowed to let them be in the tub completely. Enter entitled parent. It was early on a Friday morning, just after open, so about 10. And there were maybe 6 families in the park, no wait times, and no small children in the kiddie pool. This lady walks up to the hot tub and starts getting in, baby in arms. I guess by sight that
it doesn't sound like that, but you can actually hurt your kid because of that.
She could place her child on the edge with feet in the water if she liked. Shortly after, I looked back over at the lady, and not only was her child not on the side of the tub, but her child was completely submerged in water, which was another rule you couldn't put your head under. So I rushed over to her and her child to check on the child, and she quickly scooped her child out of the water and placed her on the side of the pool, all well within sight. I said to her, ma'am, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave the hot tub if I see you place your child in the water again. She snapped back at me, don't call me ma'am, I'm probably the same age as you. Anyways, what's it to you? It's my child, and if I say it's okay, then it's okay.
Dude,
I responded, I'm sorry.
You can hurt your kid because of the temperature gradient.
It's appropriate to call you. As much as I would like to let you decide what temperature water is okay for your child, it's part of my job to enforce the rules. And that particular one isn't even created by my employer, but rather the county health department. She scoffed, then said, sure it is. She rolled her eyes and walked towards the other side of the hot tub. Shortly after, she got out of the tub and walked up to one of my coworkers, asked something, then went to the office to speak with my boss. A few minutes later, my boss came to me and said, "A lady just complained to me that you were rude to her. Want to tell me about what happened?" So I explained that I noticed that she wasn't following our rules and had brought her toddler into the hot tub regardless of my warnings. My boss was totally understanding and said, "Yeah, that's what I thought. She tried to tell me that you called her kid a little turd and you called her fat. She said she wanted you fired and free tickets to the park. I told her I'd reprimand you and we'd look into what happened. I just came over here to make it look like I was giving you a talking to." So, out of curiosity, I went to the internet and looked up if it's safe to have a baby in a hot tub. Turns out, no, it is extremely unsafe to have a baby in a hot tub. First of all, the hot temperatures makes it an absolute breeding pool for bacteria. Adults can fight off the bacteria just fine, but for babies, it's like dipping your kid into a hospital trash can. But more importantly than that, babies don't have the ability to regulate their body temperature at extremely high temperatures. So if you put a young enough kid into a hot tub, it can literally boil them alive. So OP was actually trying to prevent this entitled mother from turning her baby into boiled Ebola baby soup. My mom and my nan told me this a while ago, and I just remembered it after posting another tale about my youth involving said birthmark. It's shaped like a love heart, and it was so clear that it looked like a stamp until I was 11 where it is faded. Here's a photo of the birthmark if anyone is interested.
That's a cool birthmark.
I was barely 5 months old and was sitting on my mother's lap waiting for my turn in the hospital. I have a thyroid condition requiring a blood test per year. My nan said that I was getting irritated being stuck on my 17-year-old mother's lap. Yeah, my mom was young, but she's done a pretty good job raising me. My mom sat me down with some other babies. I was playing with some wooden blocks and I was sitting on my own. I have autism, hence the avoidance of other human beings. Mom said that there was a girl that was a bit too old to be with the babies and was drinking milk. She dropped the milk right on me, ruining the bumblebee shirt I was wearing. My mom took me and had to take my shirt off because
I just
it
broke
was
the sound barrier
it
on
exposed my
accident.
birthmark, which was darker than it is now, and I've always had pale skin, so it sticks out like a tail would. I'm being fussy as my mom cleans me, and there's a woman glaring daggers at my mom and my nan. Her husband is busy with her son, who is crying because I'm crying. I'll call the lady Ella. "Excuse me." Nan says she sounded like a dolphin. Oh, let me try that again.
Excuse me.
Sorry, OP will calm down soon. My mom is very anxious as she's still a very new mom and hasn't met my second mom yet. They aren't in a relationship anymore. They've been almost sisters since I was 4, but she's still a mom to me. "Why have you tattooed her back? That's disgusting. No wonder she's crying so much." "Tattoo?" My nan looks at my back and sees the love heart. "No, that's her birthmark. It looks weird, I know, but it's not a tattoo." "Of course it's a tattoo. No baby has a birthmark like that." Other parents are looking at her, including her husband. "You're a horrible mother to do that to your baby."
You're a horrible person
she's my granddaughter.
to excuse your behavior.
Crying from the embarrassment. I've stopped crying. Woman, as she makes a gasp that sounds like she's choking to death. Nan's words, not mine. "If you say a word about my daughter, I will take a chair leg and shove it so far up your rear that you'll be mistaken for a unicorn."
Oh my god.
Acted like she has been slapped. The nurse came in. She was pulled by Ella, and Nan overheard her saying that Nan was abusing me and my mom. The nurse looked at us and saw that we had clearly been crying, while my Nan was visibly furious. Thankfully, her husband had some semblance of sanity in him. My wife thinks that the young lady has tattooed her granddaughter's back. "There is no way that is a birthmark." The nurse said,
None of your
"Can you
business.
prove
Shut
that
up."
isn't a tattoo?" She's looking at my back strangely. Mom says, "I wouldn't tattoo my baby." My mom finally speaks up. "I chose to keep her. I wouldn't do anything that'd take her away." I'd like to speak to someone over these false accusations. Interestingly, my nan is named Karen. Even non-entitled ones say that line. The nurse looked conflicted. She was facing an increasingly upset grandmother and a snobbish mother who was possibly genuinely concerned for my well-being. She called my doctor to stop what he was doing to come in the waiting room. That sounds like something she shouldn't have done, but my nan guesses that the nurse wanted witnesses or something like that. The nurse said, "Doctor, there's an infant here with a strange mark on her." One of the parents believes it's a tattoo. Is it? Hey, OP. He smiled as he handed his pin to me, which I started waving around as if it was a flag. I like pins. Mom says that he checked my back and rolled his eyes. This is her birthmark. There are so many possible shapes that there can be that it is possible for a birthmark to look like a heart. I'm sorry you two had to go through this. That can't possibly be true. Your heart is in the right place, but you went about it the wrong way. OP doesn't have a tattoo, and these two aren't abusing OP. She's just here for a blood test. Mom is doing a fine job for her age. He is our favorite doctor. Did the woman get kicked out or shunned? No, she just looked embarrassed and said nothing more. Nan and Mom made me have my blood test and bought me a teddy bear for being a brave girl. It wasn't anything overly insane, just something amusing thanks to my birthmark. I've seen enough anime and read enough comic books to know that it's totally possible to be born with a heart-shaped birthmark. It's just, that definitely means that OP is destined to grow up with some sort of crazy superpower and is probably destined to save the universe. A bit of context, my mom and sister live halfway across the country. In the Netherlands, that is about a 90-minute drive. Me and my girlfriend live in an apartment away from them. We already had a troubled past with her.
Boom.
Entitled Mom had to have her house cleaned because there was mold everywhere. So she decided that without consulting me or my girlfriend that she could go to my apartment and stay there for a week. When I came home from work, I saw her sitting on the couch with Entitled Sister playing on her phone. The following conversation ensued. What are you doing here without any of us? We gave you a key just for emergencies. Yes, there is an emergency. My house is being cleaned and I don't want to stay at a hotel. So you drove for 90 minutes to stay here? What about your job and Entitled Sister's school? It isn't a break because I have to work. I'm a teacher. We will just go really early in the morning to be in time. Let me discuss this with girlfriend because this is our house. I called my girlfriend and explained. She said fine, but I had to make a few rules for them. So the rules were not to go into our bedroom or my study room and to stay out of the liquor cabinet. They could sleep on the couch and eat with us for dinner. It went well for 2 days. They went to
Here's a
work
truck I
school
built.
really
It's a mini.
early
It's a
and came back
100
late.
version.
And they didn't go where they didn't belong. Until day 3 out of 5, where I got about 20 calls
Look,
from
it
my
has
entitled
doors.
sisters,
I love
so
this vehicle.
in my
I'm so
break,
proud of
I
it.
called to see what happened. This was around 3 p.m. Hey, Mom said you were gonna pick me up at 1:30. Where are
So
you?
the left door's
I won't do
open,
such a
right
thing.
door's
I have to
open,
work until
back door's
5
open,
p.m.
hood pops
So
up,
what am I
lights,
supposed to do?
bright lights,
I hung up.
and it even
Later
has
that
backup
night,
lights. Pretty
Entitled
good
Mom
for a
and Entitled
vehicle.
Sister came home. Why didn't you pick up
It's
your
got gyro to
sister?
stabilize it.
Because I had
See
to
its
work
engine.
like 5, just like the other days. Then why didn't you say that you had family over? Because you sprang this whole visit upon me. Entitled Mom shouts and tells me to pay for train tickets. Then runs into my study, breaking the lock in the progress. You get 5 minutes to get your stuff and leave my house, or I will call the cops. She left, but later I got a call from her saying that I had to pay for a hotel and her dinner. I blocked her on every single social media. I can't believe you kicked me out of your house when I didn't even have permission to be there. I demand that you pay for me to live somewhere else because clearly I shouldn't pay for it because, I shouldn't pay for anything. A little bit of backstory. My sister owns a 100% vegan restaurant in Sitges, Spain, near Barcelona. I probably pronounced Sitges wrong. I'm sure I'm going to hear all about it in the comments. And the restaurant's name is Spice Garden, for those who are wondering. She told me the story of an entitled mom and entitled kid coming in there to eat. When they come in, they seem like normal people. A waiter hands them the menus and they start looking at them. Sometime later, the waiter comes back and asks if they're ready to order.
That red panel has a gyro.
Are you ready to order, ma'am? We can't find anything tasty on this menu. Oh, I'm sorry to
So
hear
look,
that.
I put
Is
some
there a way I can
real
help?
good love into this
Well,
truck.
I was thinking I could get some
And if you
burgers
love
from
the-
McDonald's and come here.
If you
and
like
eat
big,
them
we
since
got the
we're here.
big boy
I'm
truck
sorry, ma'am.
with double the engine power. It's not as fast though. It's not faster. It is faster just a little bit. Nice little truck. Nice, the suspension worked out pretty good. I just love how much detail I put into it. Like, you won't believe how many small pieces I had to work. This truck, I actually didn't need any instructions for this truck. I actually built it all on my own design, which I'm surprised. Usually I have to have a little bit of inspiration, like I had to have inspiration for that tank, but I didn't have to have inspiration for this truck. And look, I don't use the cab, right? It actually, I don't use like the cabs that look like these. I actually make it seats, so you can actually, unlike a lot of my vehicles, you can actually have 3 of your buddies inside of this truck for you. So yeah, you can go around with 4 of your friends and you can drive. Wait, I can make it where they operate it, right?
You're not allowed to take outside food with you into restaurants, and this is a vegan restaurant, so it wouldn't be good either way. You can leave if you'd like. Excuse me, I'm your client, so I can eat what I want here. How dare you tell me not to do that? Ma'am, please don't argue. As I said, this is a vegan restaurant, and you're not allowed to bring outside food. If you don't leave in the next minute, I will be forced to make you leave myself. The entitled mom and entitled kid leave the restaurant. I am still weirded out to this day as to how that entitled mom would have the audacity to eat meat in a vegan restaurant. You know, that doesn't bother me so much. What really confuses me is how she says, I'm your client. Lady, you didn't buy anything. That means you're not a client. You have to actually buy something and give them money in order to be considered a client. Do you not understand how money works? That was r/entitled parents, and I'm curious, if $15 means that you're rich, how many of my viewers out there are actually...
Beep beep. Delivery driver should tip me?
Say,
Yeah, right.
Welcome to r/entitled parents, where an entitled mother demands that her delivery driver tip her for delivering her food. So, first of all, I have a pretty major update to a story I posted in an earlier video. If you haven't watched r/entitled parents, give me your baby or I'll sue you, then I strongly recommend you go watch that video and then come back to this one. But if you did watch the video, here's a quick refresher. OP was nursing her infant in a coffee shop when a lady came up and literally tried to take her baby because her daughter wanted to play with it. OP punches the entitled lady in the face, which leads to the cops showing up and eventually entitled parent trying to sue OP for PTSD and emotional damages because she showed her boob.
Oh my gosh.
Body by Art has posted an incredible update.
Oh.
See,
Oh,
this
look.
chapter opens April 15,
That's how it rolls, so I can
2019,
just...
approximately 9:30 a.m. We are at our local courthouse. Me and my husband
Okay.
have dropped off my baby at his mother's. I had considered bringing her and breastfeeding while Entitled Mother was on the stand just to irritate her, but I didn't think an 8-month-old would be able to sit quietly for that long.
Do a barrel roll.
Instead, I brought my 300
Yeah, that was actually pretty nice.
husband. We went to the courthouse and I was nervous.
Pew, pew,
We took
pew,
our
pew,
seats
pew.
behind the prosecutor and we were chatting with her. Entitled Mom enters with her lawyer, and if looks could kill, I would be dead. The judge and jury enter, and we are ready to get started. As we are getting started, the judge is interrupted by Entitled Dad and Entitled Kid entering the courtroom, in possibly the noisiest way to enter a room. Disclaimer, these were 3 very long, very stressful days, so I will be paraphrasing a lot. The judge says, Entitled Mother, you are charged with attempted kidnapping, first-degree assault, disturbing the peace, and disorderly conduct. How do you plead? Your Honor, I am 100% innocent. In fact, I am outraged that I stand accused of wrongdoing. I am a proud American and the biggest supporter of these proud, fair, and just. The judge, looking already done with her nonsense, please sit down. The Entitled Mother, shocked. But now, she sits. We will now proceed to opening statements. Prosecutor? The prosecutor lays out the case, succinctly explaining that Entitled Mother was a dangerous woman who attempted to rip a small baby from its mother's arms. The Entitled Mother screams, No, 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 that isn't true. Entitled Lawyer, tell Entitled Mother to be quiet. Prosecutor, continue. The prosecutor says there is clear, indisputable evidence that Entitled Mother is guilty on all counts. The prosecutor wraps up his opening statement in under about 5 minutes, explaining that the whole situation was caught on tape and that the evidence will speak for itself. The
People who
defense's
actually defend
opening
these
statement
people,
was about
I don't get.
40 minutes long. He gave this creature's whole life story. She couldn't possibly be guilty. She was your typical suburban soccer mom, president of her HOA, active in her church, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, because the statements established character, they weren't off-topic enough to make the judge tell Entitled Lawyer to shut up and sit down. Entitled Lawyer talked so long that after they concluded, the judge dismissed for the day. We come back the second day, and before the trial starts, my husband goes and grabs us a cup of pure caffeine from a booth in the courthouse. He's putting his cream and sugar in it when Entitled Dad approaches. Hey man, how are you doing? My husband says, fine. This whole mess is crazy. Yup. Look man, what will happen to my daughter if her mom goes to jail? It's not
Beautiful.
good for a kid. Yeah, that's rough. Sorry. Well, you could tell your wife to drop the charges. You know, do what's best for the kids. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Come on, man, be reasonable. If your wife was reasonable, we wouldn't even be here.
Spin out, yay!
Inward. Get out of here,
Oh,
man.
so he's getting
And
racist.
my husband walks away.
That's...
The second day
yeah.
of court starts. Prosecution lays out the evidence, including the tape, calls witnesses, and all that prosecution stuff. When the prosecution calls witnesses, the defense also gets to ask them questions. They were trying to cast doubt on all of the witnesses. I guess to make it seem like it was all a witch hunt against Entitled Mom. Finally, it was my turn to testify and be questioned. I told my story for the prosecution, then this foolishness ensued. The Entitled Lawyer says, it seems like you were the first to raise your voice. Would you say that is accurate? I suppose so. So that would make you the instigator.
Right, and there's a
I
button.
don't think the Entitled Lawyer cuts me off. You claim that Entitled Mother assaulted you. Yes? Did Entitled Mother strike you at any point during this altercation? Well, not exactly strike. Did you strike Entitled Mother at any point? Yes, but it was to. The jury will notice that this woman has admitted to not only being the instigator, but also the aggressor in this situation. After the prosecution lays out their evidence, it's the defense's turn. It is at this point that Entitled Mother takes the stand. Entitled Mother tells her twisted version of events. According to her, her daughter had seen my baby and had approached me to tell me how beautiful baby was. In response to this totally innocent interaction, OP began verbally abusing Entitled Kid.
Okay, there's one I want to watch about the HOA. I don't get HOAs. HOAs don't make sense to me. How are these dictatorships supposed to survive? I don't get HOAs. Or give my son your Switch.
Welcome to r/entitled parents, where an entitled Karen tries to steal from a disabled child.
Ew.
Our next Reddit post is from Angsty. Backstory: my daughter is disabled. She has nonverbal autism and a traumatic brain injury, which means she looks relatively normal, but she is profoundly disabled. I rarely take her out into public alone because she's so hard to manage, especially now that she's almost 9. Not only will she not stay with me, she'll bolt like a greyhound, scream, rip things open, steal toys from babies, and otherwise be an impossible nuisance. For this reason, I almost always order what I need for delivery, including groceries. However, life is unpredictable sometimes, and every so often I have to brave a trip to the grocery store. A few years ago, the gods smiled down on me, and the local grocery store I prefer started using the Caroline cart. If you don't know what that is, it's a special cart with a large seat for disabled children who are too big for a toddler seat. They park it with the scooters and wheelchairs with a big blue handicap marker on it so that parents don't mistakenly use it for their older, able-bodied children. But admittedly, this doesn't seem to stop them. I see people using it all the time, like one of the car carts. You know, carts with a toy car attached for their kid to drive while they shop. This particular day a few weeks ago, the snow was so heavy and intense that not only was school canceled, but so was my grocery delivery. I would have to go to the store with my daughter. As usual, I walked in praying that the Caroline cart would be available, and thank goodness it was. Strapping my daughter into the seat, I started shopping. As usual, my first stop was the bakery to get a fresh cookie. They always hand them out to the kids.
Okay, so I want to make a solar jet. Now, my old solar jet looks a little bit like trash. You can tell me it looks bad. I'd call it more of a solar plane. Here's what it looks like. Now, it doesn't fly good, but my new design is this. It's based off of an F-22 fighter jet from the United States military. Here, and I think it looks a little bit better than this. Now, I'm aware of aerodynamics, and here's my enemy, drag. Drag is this force that when you basically when you drive your car, there's air, right? Air, like, right? It's like there are molecules of air. I don't know why I'm saying it like this. Molecules, like, right? And those molecules, they will slowly push on your car. As it's a law of physics. When you push, you're going to have equal force pushing back. So your car is actively fighting against the wind. So are planes, so are jets. Anything that moves does. Now, planes are built with the wind. Like, look at a plane. The blades are flat. And this allows and they're tilted, right? And this allows the plane to lift. Now I need to fight drag and make a machine that can fly, also known as building a jet that can survive aerodynamics. Whew. Okay, let's do this.
I noticed right away that there were a lot of other kids there that day, and assumed that many parents were like me, saddled with their kids during the snow day and unable to get grocery delivery. The bakery was hopping, and there were a number of parents and kids waiting for a new batch of cookies to be ready. One of the mothers seemed particularly harried, and I can't say I blamed her. Her daughter, around 5, was having a meltdown. She was angry, crying, shouting, and demanding a cookie. "They aren't ready yet, honey. We just have to wait." Noticing the glances of everyone around her, she looked offensive, but apologized, saying, "I'm sorry, she's very tired. It's past her nap time." No one said anything. We were all parents, we understood. My daughter didn't like the noise, and as she often does when she's irritated, she was stimming. That is, flapping her hands and pushing a fist into her ear
like
over
that.
and over. I got out
Like
of Minnie
this.
Mouse
Like,
phone and handed
it's
it
a
to her.
common
She
thing
got
with autistic people. I kind of do it myself. Like, for example, my stimming is when I kind of do something with my hands, or I'll shake my foot around. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting that. I need to do this. I need to go, I need to clean my PS5. It's getting dusty, just like my memory.
Looking over, the entitled mother saw us and looked inexplicably relieved. Oh, thank goodness. That card wasn't there when we came in. Do you mind if I use it? Entitled kid is exhausted. Oh, I'm sorry, but my daughter actually needs it. She's disabled. The entitled mother blinked and looked at my daughter playing quietly with her toy. She doesn't look disabled. What's wrong
You don't
with
look
her?
smart.
Can she walk? I was flabbergasted at how insanely rude that was. Yes, she can walk, but she would run off in a hot second. I can't hang on to her and shop at the same time. So, you're using the disabled card because your daughter doesn't listen to you? Look, she's much older than my little girl, and she seems fine.
I hate Karens.
She started coming over, and I protectively pulled the
No,
card
I'm sorry,
closer to
YouTube.
me.
Don't ban me again.
No, she has autism. Jesus, everyone has autism. That's not a real disability. I was pretty pissed at this point.
You know what? How about you, I don't have words to explain how pissed that sentence just made me. You know what's not a real disability? Being a lazy, stuck-up bat and complaining that everybody else is not disabled, because there's people that are disabled, okay? Call me an SAW, you know what? There are disabilities, buddy. And being lazy is not one. So how about you take your sorry ass and actually go do something worthful to your life? Use a normal card.
The card is for disabled children, like you just said.
This person has to be in an echo
Children.
chamber, I swear.
Why don't you use a car cards? There aren't any car cards. Besides, I can't see her in that. Just let me use your cards. The shouting upset my daughter again, and she started doing the thing where she punches her ear over and over.
Aww.
It was the first time she looked abnormal, and the woman looked visibly distraught and sort of grossed out. By now, other people were paying more attention, and this wonderful older woman said, "Ma'am, autism can be a very severe disability."
There's a
Look,
spectrum.
you're saying the little
It's
girl
called a
in the car is
spectrum.
for-
You can have people that are nonverbal, like this person, and people that are verbal and can, like, you know, I'm trying to say, I don't want to be mean, okay? There's people that are nonverbal, there's people that are verbal. Like, I'm a very verbal person with autism. I'm, you know, more aware of my general surroundings, for lack of a better term. I don't want to be mean at this. I don't, okay? But you get what I'm trying to say, okay? I don't want to, like, continue digging myself to a hole. I don't want to be an asshole. I hope you get what I'm saying.
Disabled children, you need to stop now. I mouthed a silent thank you to the older woman, wishing I could go hug her because that was some Wonder Woman level intervention to speak up that way.
Good.
But my
good
daughter was
person.
upset, so I decided to skip the cookie and just leave, so I turned the cart around and walked off. No one stopped me, but the same older woman who had stood up for me saw us waiting in line and insisted I go in front of her so I could get
Aw.
home. I was so grateful.
Good
My little
karma.
girl was, at that point, possessively clutching the string of a helium balloon that I was intending to buy, but I was debating how to get it away from her so I could get it scanned without making her flip out, because you can't just take stuff from her. The kind old lady saw my struggle and reached out to tear the scan code sticker off the string and put it with her purchases. I've got it. She winked at me.
What
and
a
my little
good
girl and
person.
said, I think you could use a little extra kindness today. Oh no, it's an $8 balloon, really. I insist. I thanked her profusely and left with tears in my eyes. Touched.
What a good
I love it
person.
when people
Actual,
make
that
my
old
day
lady
really
gets
easy.
me hope and humanity.
Man, when are people gonna learn that not all disabilities are visible?
Yeah.
This lady saying that autism isn't a real disability and that everyone has it is super disgusting. I really wish we had
People
less
like
people
her
like
are
this entitled
disgusting.
mother in the world and more
She's
people
probably a
like
flat
my
earther.
grandmother. Our next Reddit post
I would
is
get
from
offended, but I
Ignorance
can't be offended by
Tribes.
someone who is
My neighbor,
obviously
Rick,
an
and his
idiot.
wife had a big birthday party for their 5-year-old daughter. He even went out and got a huge blow-up water slide for the kids. When he went with his wife and daughters to return the slide to the person they rented it from, their car
Like,
broke down.
you can almost be skimming right now, right? I'm
asking
shaking.
if I could pick them up, since
That's
I
not...
drive an SUV and could accommodate all of them,
Yeah,
including
probably.
2 car seats. I said sure, no problem, and headed out. On the way home, I asked them if they needed to stop anywhere to pick up anything. I needed cigarettes, so I told them it wouldn't be an issue if they needed to stop off somewhere. Rick said he needed cigarettes too, so I stopped at the local convenience store. When we were getting out, the oldest daughter asked if she could get a milkshake. Her mom told her no, they didn't have the extra money for that right now, what with having to pay to have their car towed home. When we got inside, I asked Rick what kind of milkshake his girls liked, that I was going to get them one as a treat for being good after having to deal with the car breaking down and all. He said I didn't have to do that, and I told him it wasn't a big deal. It was just a milkshake, and I wanted to do it. We walked over to the order screen and he ordered 2 chocolate shakes, one with whipped cream, one without. I got my order slips and handed to the cashier. Now, at this store, you place the order, pay for the order, then pick up your food or beverage. Rick had already purchased his cigarettes, so he waited there for the shakes while I went to pay. I chatted with the clerk, paid for my stuff, and turned back to the counter to get the shakes. And then things got weird. Rick said, "Hey, what were those order numbers again?" 106 and 108. I thought so. Hey, that's my shake. This was directed to a kid who had grabbed a chocolate shake off the counter. My mom said I could have a chocolate shake, and this one is just sitting here. It's mine now. That's not how it works, kid. Give me the shake. You didn't pay for it. My mom said. And then the entitled mother comes in. What are you doing? Why are you yelling at my son?
Dude, your son is stealing my stuff.
You didn't. I have the order slip. He can't just walk up and grab something off the counter like it's his. Well, I haven't ordered his yet, so just let him have that one.
No!
You can order another one for yourself.
Okay, but a bad parent, because I'm not gonna lie, this, r/ made this point, not me, but what kind of terrible parent is this to literally allow a stranger, or allow a kid to drink from a stranger? What if I was a person who put like a little bit of some fence in there, if you get where I'm going, you know? What if I have like a disease like mouth herpes and I spit in the drink and then your kid literally gets like herpes because I spat in the drink? Like, can you imagine growing up saying, "Oh, I got herpes because my mom let me share drinks with a stranger"? Dude, I would honestly rather find out I'm getting cheated on.
Both like you really need it. Now, I'm a bit curvy, but I am in no way, shape, or form obese. And even if I was, you don't take someone's shake. Rick says, "Oh, shoot." And I say, "Excuse me? What did you just say?" The clerk said, "Here's your second shake. Wait, where's the first one? Is something wrong?" Lady, I've already paid for both of those shakes, and not that it's your business, but neither are for me. They're for his daughters. So your son can put the shake down and you can both walk the hell away from me, or you're going to see what a chocolate shake enema feels like. The entire says to the clerk, "She just threatened me. You need to call the cops. I can't believe she's trying to take away my son's shake." Lady,
It's not
she
his son's
ordered and
shake.
paid for them, not you. And I didn't hear a threat. Did you? The other cashier shakes her head no. "I want my shake. I'm going to call the cops on you for threatening me." Go ahead, and I'm sure these awesome workers will also call them on you for theft of milkshake. Last chance, lady. Either your kid puts the shake back on the counter, or you'll be leaking chocolate syrup out of your butt for days. The entitled mother grabs the shake from her son and slams it on the counter so hard that it exploded all over the clerk and the counter. When she realized what she had done, she grabbed her son's arm and yanked him out the door, running for her car. The poor clerk was covered in chocolate shake.
Aww.
The cashier went behind the counter to make a new shake, and the clerk left for the back to try and clean herself up. I felt so bad for the clerk, but the cashier said her shift was ending in less than 30 minutes, so she was going home shortly and could get a shower. I thanked them both for the shakes and sticking up for me, and Rick and I went out to the car. He told his wife the story, and she laughed so hard I thought she would fall out of the car. She had seen entitled mother and entitled kid running out of the store. Our next Reddit post is from Blaue Mies. So, I live in Germany, where the government is planning to give everyone who is eligible of child support 300 additional euros over the course of 3 months, due to the disadvantages of the corona crisis still going on. I already have my own flat, and I study, so I'm still able to receive payment. For some reason, though, my money always gets sent to my mother's bank account, and she sends it to me. It's worked out so far, but she usually sends me 10 euros less than what I'm supposed to receive. I never cared too much, because I don't want to complain about 10 bucks. So I gave my mother a call and asked her if she saw the news and reminded her to send me the money, which would be 100 additionally each month for 3 months altogether. She suddenly said, "Well, I'll take 150. We both deserve it, don't we?" I was shocked and asked her what she intends to spend it on. "I could finally go on some short trips and buy expensive food," was her response. Just a short note, my mother has been jobless ever since I was born and has refused to get a job to this day. She often cries about how I have more money than her and it's unfair. So she literally told me that it's perfectly fine to just take half of the money that's supposed to be for me. OP, I've read a lot of stories like this, and you need to go to the bank ASAP and open an account in your own name. And just a suggestion, I think that you should run a credit check, because I wouldn't be surprised if she's opening bills in your name. If she's petty enough to steal $10 from her own kid, who knows what else she's doing. Our next Reddit post is from Bob of the CPU. Some important and relevant backstory first. 18 months ago, I was diagnosed with colon cancer. It wasn't long before I had to have surgery to remove the tumor. It was an 18-hour surgery. They removed about a foot of my large colon and 18 lymph nodes. I woke up in the intensive care unit. When I looked down, I had a long scar running down the center of my body. It starts just below my chest and runs past my belly button to just above my pubes. I also have a reversible colostomy. It's important to understand that I have an appliance stuck to the side of my torso that collects my poop. I have to then empty the bag instead of pooping. I also have to change the whole appliance every 4 days. I will soon be able to have my colon put back together and no longer deal with this thing. Anyway, this morning, I was at one of those large office buildings next to a hospital. I was waiting to see my surgeon to discuss when he was going to reconnect my colon. This place has one of those enormous waiting rooms for multiple doctors. I know there's going to be a long wait, as my surgeon is very much in demand, so I brought my Nintendo Switch. I was sitting playing my game for a few minutes when entitled dad and entitled kid sit near me. I hear the kid say, "Wow, Dad, look, that guy has a Switch." He just says, "Yeah, I see." I'm very outgoing and love to talk, so I asked the father if he minds I play a few games with his son. The father, at this point, seems perfectly normal and says, "Yeah, no problem." The kid looked to be around 10 or 11. I'm in my mid-30s, but have been a lifelong gamer. I also have 7 nieces and nephews, so I play games with kids his age all the time. I placed the Switch on the side table near us and handed the kid one of the Joy-Cons. We played a couple of races before he asked what else I had. I brought out Smash Bros. Ultimate, and the kid was jumping up and down. We played Smash for nearly an hour before I heard my name called. I raised my hand and said here so the nurse saw me, and I quickly grabbed the Joy-Con from his hands and packed the Switch away in my backpack and began walking towards the nurse. Just as I make it to the nurse, I feel someone tap my shoulder. The entitled dad says, "Hey man, can you let my son play with your Switch while you're in with the doctor?" Sorry, man.
No, I don't like
letting
people touch my valuable tech.
Listen, paying $14.99 a month for
Very
a
picky about who
and
touches my
$9.99 a month for a music app, and $12.99 for a fitness app, and more money for a bunch of other apps?
Who knows if you'll be here when I get back, I responded. So, you're a goddamn adult. Why do you need it anyway?
Oh, I hate when people say, "Oh, you're an adult playing for video games." Video games are for kids. Video games are for kids. Video games are for kids. Yeah, this is a kids game. It's got, let's see. Intense violence, blood and gore, nudity, mature humor, strong language, strong sexual content, and use of drugs and alcohol, and is rated M17 plus and cannot legally be purchased by somebody who is not 17 and plus. Yeah, video games are for kids, by the way.
That during the hour I was playing with this kid, my colostomy bag had been filling up. At this point, it was more than half full. I'm wearing a t-shirt, so you can see the outline of it when this happens. Just to give you context, a few weeks ago, a police officer thought I was carrying a gun under my shirt because of this. So it looks like there's something large in my front pocket. The entitled dad says, "You fat turd, you're gonna give my son the game or else." The nurse finally says, "Sir, please leave the man alone." I appreciate the attempt, but it sounded rather weak. The guy was about 6'4" and looked like a weightlifter, so I guess he was used to intimidating other people. As he alluded to, I'm a large guy. I'm about 6'2" and I am overweight, so I'm used to not being intimidated. I responded with, not gonna happen. He decided to make it physical. I was only half facing him. He grabbed my shoulder, spun me around to face him, and with his other hand starts trying to get under my shirt. He's yelling, give me it, give me it, you fat turd. He eventually gets a hold of my appliance and pulls as hard as he can. I don't know if he thought it was a switch because it's soft. I screamed in pain because the adhesives that hold this thing on are strong. He actually managed to rip some of my skin off. The bag is perfectly sealed while it's attached to me, but as he pulled it towards himself, a bunch of poop came flying out all over his shirt.
Oh, yes.
When he pulled it, he turned it upside down while trying to cup it in his grasp, and he began to run away. He realized something was wrong halfway through his turn. I got a little on my shirt, but the bleeding was a problem. The nurse led me quickly back into a room, and I had my surgeon in the room in a matter of seconds, making sure I was okay. I keep a spare appliance in my bag, so I was back in business in no time. I washed my shirt out in the sink. Only a very small part got any on it, and it was easy to clean with soap and water. It got me home at least. I later found out that the man just stood